that it is a very systematic way in how they commit these human rights violations. It's very clear that they are not interested, and this is also something CM had already said, they are very strictly and hierarchically organized organization. They are simply not willing to share power, and they are simply not willing to allow for any kind of opposition. So forget about the freedom of press in Syrian Kurdistan. You can forget about the freedom of association. You can forget about the freedom of opinion. All these freedoms are not granted by the PYD. And this shows that the human rights violations committed by them are indeed very, very systematically. Yeah, I think I stop here. Maybe one point which you also mentioned very briefly. One reason, I mean, the PYD and the PKK, and this is something maybe other Kurdish political parties have to learn from. They are really very good in propaganda, and they know exactly how they have to treat, for example, mostly male Western journalists that go to Syrian Kurdistan in order to spend some time there, talk to some people. You can be absolutely sure that they will always present female fighters. You can be absolutely sure that those female fighters will always be very pretty. So they are really very good in painting their own picture, which is contrasting very much the picture of these old men with long beard, which are usually presented by other Kurdish political parties. So they are quite good in trying to appear very Western on the one hand. In fact, those who really take decisions in the PKK are in no way women, but it's also men, so it's just the outside. But they are really good in presenting themselves as an organization which is really engaged in women's rights, which is not, but this is something people really believe in. So they give the West, in a way, the idea that they are the only ones which really believe in Western values and can therefore be a real ally of the West, much more than, for example, other Kurdish political parties, much more than, for example, the Turkish government, much more, for example, than the Syrian opposition with all its religious figures.